reaching this goal. That's why it's be the best over here. Now be the best over there. Be the best. My daughter can put furniture together. Yes, whoo, y'all. Yesterday, we had a pre-existing client. We love them to death, and we had to put a vinyl sign in their bathroom because they're from New York across double vanities, and it was, I don't know, 10 feet up in the air, over the counter, over the double sinks. And the vinyl sign people, instead of putting a back on it, had every letter and everything cut out. And I think the thing was 50 something, it was of a Subway, and it was 50 something inches long up in the air over the sink. And we had to line it up, and then once we peeled it off, the adhesive on the front to get it off was stronger than the adhesive on the back. And I thought to myself, yeah, challenge yourself, and this was at the end of a 4-hour appointment. So yeah. Anyway, meet your potential. So we got potential, 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 potential to do grand things. The next thing is take risk, and then the final thing is quitters never win. So you can't take a risk and compare yourself at the same time. So we took risk yesterday. She had to put deadbolt locks on doors, hang shelves, put a Nordley headboard back up, and they are a movie family. So they have their living room is set up like a movie and everything. And so the mom wanted this flying monkey in the corner. So we're looking for the stud and the joust in the ceiling. So we never have normal things. Last week we had to go, they have pet rats, and so we had to build a whole rat house for the rats and new dog kennels for their dogs. So it's never something normal with them. Not at all. We have very rare occasions. Put together a shed in August. It was like 110 outside. It was a metal shed. That thing took like 6 hours because it had to be 300 screws. So anyway, my point is, you can't compare when you're challenging yourself and you're taking risks and you're meeting your potential, and you can't quit. So if you're focused on not quitting, then you're not focusing on comparing. You can't do that. And again, the only time you are comparing is when you are doing the exact same thing, a chili cook-off. You understand? If you are running in a track meet, if you are having a quilting contest, a poetry contest, spoken word, golfing, when everybody is doing the exact same thing. So that's why the Grammys and the Oscars and all of these things have to be, it's best country album, it's best animated film, it's best comedy. So you don't have best picture is the whole thing, but then you have best comedy, best supporting actress, best supporting actor, because you're comparing like to like. That's how it goes. Okay. So no comparison. The only comparison is you today versus you yesterday, you today versus you last year, you today versus you 5 years ago. And what you should see is improvement. Now, if you don't see improvement, that means you have superiority complex. And that means that you feel inferior. So you're going to try to make yourself feel superior to someone else. So you could be 55 years old saying, yeah, these little 25-year-olds don't know nothing about this. I know, because see, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing. You got them by 30 years. You got them by thousands and thousands and thousands of days. You better know better. You better know how to do everything better. If you had a 30-year head start, the hell is you comparing? You can say when I was 25, but then you got to have like items. So if you were 25 and you already married with 2 children, and someone else is 25 now and they're not married and they have a job, you can't even compare that. It has to be like versus like. That's what it has to be. So in summary, superiority complex comes in childhood, and it's because you were catered to and you put a nice little bubble around yourself, and now you're in the world and you don't want to change and grow and develop. And so you just sit in your small little big fish in small pond, and you make it seem like you're better than everybody else. And no one is better than anybody else, to include billionaires and celebrities and everybody else. Why do you say that, Dr. Donna? Because COVID sent us all to the house. They didn't say if you got $1 billion, you get to come outside. They said take your ass home too and put a mask on, okay? And don't sneeze on people, and take some vitamins, okay? Steer clear, 6 feet distance. Everybody had the 6 feet distance. Everybody had to do it. It wasn't all of the royalty, everybody. They all had to take it to the house, to the palace, to the castle, to the mansion, to whatever, to the one-room studio. Take your ass home, essential workers. And now, 5 years later, everybody forgot about the essential workers, and now we back out here, not we, but in general, back idolizing and hero worshiping and all that other stuff, and you done totally forgot who helped us and kept us going the entire time. The truck drivers, the supply chain, the teachers had to go home and figure out how to do remote teaching and all this other stuff. And somehow